All right, apparently. Oh, doing this. There we go. Time to go live. Fantastic. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's market update. I am Natasha Tomlinson, your local real estate agent here in the Valley of the Sun, here in the greater Phoenix area. And whether you're a homeowner, an investor, or just curious about our real estate market, tonight's session will give you the latest insights on where we stand today, April 30th, 2025, and what smart homeowners like you should be doing next. Folks, I am here over multiple platforms, so let me just make sure that we are all connected. Let's see here. Looking good. Hello, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Wishing you all a good night. And I thank you all for being here tonight. I truly appreciate your time. I understand that your time is valuable, and I appreciate you spending some of it with me. Now, let's start my camera. How about that? Isn't that something? Okay, great. Why don't you guys take a moment and give me an idea of where you are right now? Are you in Arizona? Are you in Illinois, California, New York, New Jersey, Oklahoma? Where are you hailing from tonight? Let's see. Thank you for joining. Great. So everyone can see where they can add. And at the end of tonight's webinar, I have a few tools for you as well. Just want to make sure that I get those. Those will be passed along to you in the chat. So keep an eye out for that also. Let's get that going here so we make sure we have that. Great. Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So let's jump into what's happening in the greater Phoenix real estate market as of today, April 30th, 2025. Just make sure you guys are seeing my screen right now. Add me back to the stage. No, that's a no-go. Okay. All right, great. You can hear me. Fantastic. Love it. For the Phoenix market, I want you to know that we're in a different market than we were just a year ago. And there's a number of reasons for that. You guys listen to the news. Hopefully you aren't completely consumed by it, but our active listing count is up over 52% from this time last year. We are currently at 25,653 active homes on the market. The listings under contract, we are down 0.3%. So demand is softening just a bit, but really very, very minimally. And interest rate has something to do with that. The median sales price is up 1.7%. We're currently sitting at $452,700. And our sales, our closings year over year, there's really no significant change. We're at 7,153 closings. Now, The median days on market has increased. It is taking longer for homes to sell. And overall, we're looking at 35 days. And our days supply for Maricopa County, our days supply is 130 days supply, which is up from last year. We sat at about 85 days supply. So that's an increase due to the increase in inventory, the increase in available listings for sale. And we're just talking about mainly resale right now. We're not really factoring in a lot of the new homes because not every available new home is in the MLS. Now, what does this mean? We've shifted from a strong seller's market to a balanced and even a market in the buyer's favor in some areas of the greater Phoenix area. Price growth is modest, but inventory is climbing, which gives buyers more chances and sellers more competition. And add that to the national backdrop where consumer spending is under pressure due to rising food costs, energy prices. There's talk of affordability, job losses, and you've got a recipe for a more cautious, strategy-driven market. Let's talk a little bit about buyer's markets, seller's markets, and balanced markets. Let's decode some of this real estate lingo. A buyer's market is where you have typically more than 6 months of inventory and prices are likely to decrease. A seller's market is where you have less than 4 months of inventory with multiple offers. Multiple offers are common. And a balanced market is where you see 4 to 6 months of inventory and the prices are stable. Now, I just told you that we're at about 130 days, which would put us a little over 4 months of inventory. And that is overall the area. Some areas are seeing more activity than others, all right? Price range, depending on their location, depending on the product type. Is it a condo? Is it a manufactured home? Is it a single family residence? Is a single family a single story or a 2-story? And what amenities exist within that property? All of those things are factors. Today, Phoenix is a bit of a mixed bag where we have 11 cities are in weak sellers markets, and we'll dive a little bit closer into those various cities in a little bit here. 4 of those cities are balanced, and 14 cities have shifted into a buyer's market, mainly Peoria, Surprise, Goodyear, and Casa Grande. This makes local expertise critical, and what works in Gilbert may not work in Buckeye. So what does that mean for today's home buyer? I understand it's a home seller seminar, but you expect someone to buy the property, right? So we need to factor in what is happening from the buyer's position. And the buyers, they have more power, more negotiation power at this point than they have in recent years. Inventory is up, which means they have more choices. And believe me, they are weighing properties that are existing versus what is an inventory at the new home communities that are offering incentives, offering low interest rates, and different terms of appliances and various things for the buyer. So inventory is up, there are more choices for the buyer, and there's less competition because bankruptcies are up, car repossessions are up, unemployment has been stable, wages are increasing, but people's debts are also increasing. Prices are stable, but the median is only up 1.7% from last year. So it is not a time to push prices up and expect to get more and more for the property. Down payment assistance programs are still available. So you may have a buyer that asks for some assistance, some concessions in order to help get the deal closed. And builders are offering big incentives right now. Negotiation leverage, where homes are selling, they're selling about 97.7% of the last list price, meaning you started out, just for to keep things easy, you started out at 250,000 and you sat on the market for 30 days and you didn't see the activity you were looking for. You decided to do a price reduction at, you went from 250 to 235, and then you got an offer at 235, and then the home is selling at 97.7% of 235,000 with concessions. So if you're shopping also in that 300 to 500,000 range, you may have even stronger negotiation power, especially with seller concessions averaging about $10,000 in some areas. Now, what does that mean for today's home seller? If your home is priced and presented right, meaning that it looks great, it smells great. Think about when you go out to a restaurant and someone brings your meal out to the plate. Presentation matters. And in this case, presentation also matters. So when your home is priced right and it is presented right, it will sell. Supply is growing, so proper pricing and staging are essential. Days on market are rising. Be patient. Be proactive. Price reductions are also up. We're seeing more price reductions to the tune of about 68% compared to last year. Buyers are being more picky, and understandably so. Okay, things cost more to replace. The prices are up, interest rates are up. They're being a little more cautious. Condition matters now more than ever, more than it has in recent years. So what works, right? What's actually working? What are these buyers looking for? They're looking for clean, they're looking for staged, and they're looking for a well-priced home. And those homes sell quickly. Smart sellers are offering buyer incentives or making upgrades before listing the property. Open houses and strong online marketing, they're back in style. Even in a buyer's market, the right strategy makes a huge difference. So let's take a look, as promised, what is happening in some of these areas of the valley. Yes, here we are. We have Phoenix. And as of today, you see here that sellers have a slight edge in the city of Phoenix, where the median price is sitting at, the median list price is sitting at $575,000 at approximately $306 per square foot. We're seeing the average days on market at 76 days, and that's been holding steady for a few weeks now. We're seeing price decreases have also increased to the tune of 53%. So 53% of all the listings that are currently active for sale have seen a price decrease. And we're seeing here that the median rent also remains somewhat steady and is sitting at $2,383 per month. Let's take a look at some other areas. So we can see the city as a whole, the city of Phoenix as a whole is having a slight seller's edge. But let's move closer to some employment centers, shall we? Let's take a look at 85027, Deer Valley area. You see that has a bit of a stronger seller's market, and that's because the price point is a little less, right? We are under that 575,000. The median price sitting at 425,000. The price per square foot is less as well, but it has come down in recent weeks, sitting at 269,000. The average days on market has it leveled off a bit, and it is increasing 59 days. We're seeing some price decreases also sitting around 36%, and the median rent is leveling off as well, and we're sitting at about 2100, 2115. Let's take a look also. Let's see. So 85027, we have some major employers. It's where the 101 and the 17 intersect. So it's a popular area. Let's see. For rental activity, for resale activity, not a lot of new homes in that area. Let's move closer to the proposed TSMC and see what's happening there. 85085. Now, because that facility is not completely up and running yet, and we do have some new homes coming to that area, and as you can see, the price point is higher than the median price point, right? The median price point for this zip code 85085 near TSMC is 750,000. Higher price per square foot as well, higher days on market at 87 days, and we're seeing 55% of all the listings there are seeing a price decrease. We're also seeing the median rent in that area come down as well. Looks like earlier this year, we were just a few weeks ago, really, we were at $28.95, and now the median rent is sitting around $27.93. Let's see. What's another popular area in Phoenix? Let's see. Over by the Mayo Hospital by Desert Ridge. Let's sneak peek there. There also, we have higher than the median list price that's sitting at $704,499, which is higher than the Phoenix median price per square foot as well, $343. We have some new home activity in that area, more townhome condos, but mostly resale, I would say, in that area. The median rent has also come down. Also was sitting at $31.75, and the median rent is now at just under $3,000 at $2,999. We're seeing that there are 62% of the homes on the market have had a price reduction. All right, let's see. What other areas can we consider? Let's look at Mesa. Let's jump on over to the east side. Let's take a look at Mesa. There's a good cross-section of resale and new home activity in Mesa as well. Condos, townhomes, manufactured homes, single-family residences. Right now, we're looking at houses. Right, the median list price for houses in the city of Mesa is $544,700, less than the median price for Phoenix. Our price per square foot, $279,000. Days on market, 70 days on market. 56% of the listings on the market have experienced a price decrease. We're seeing also not seeing any major changes in the median rent, but it does look like it is increasing just a tad marginally, because we're sitting at $23.50, and in recent weeks we were at $23.30, $23.45, $23.40. So we're about $23.50 for the median rent currently. But when you look at certain areas, depending on where you are in Mesa, are you closer to the 60 or on the far outskirts. So here we are, 85020. Again, lower median price 490, price per square foot 295. Your days on market are actually decreasing. So earlier this year, we had 85 days on market, and now we're sitting at 52. So there are some homes that are coming off the market. We are seeing also some price decreases. 60% of the listings are experiencing a price decrease. And we are seeing also, it looks like the rent is fairly stable here. We're at $21.80. Let's see here, 85212. That's more Eastmark in Mesa. Let's take a sneak peek at that. And here we have a slight seller's market in Eastmark. Here we have the median list price higher than the city of Phoenix at $604,990. Again, in that area, you do have a mix of resale and new home activity. The days on market has come down, so there have been some transactions. And let's see, earlier this year, we were sitting about 93, 95 days on market, and now we're around 82. 62% of the homes on the market have experienced a price decrease, and we're seeing the median rent in that area sitting at $25.50. Now let's see. So many areas to consider here. Oh, let's see. I have a question. We had someone ask me to look at Buckeye. Well, all right, let's head on over to Buckeye then. And Buckeye, again, is an area with a considerable amount of new home construction and resale construction as well. So it's important to remain competitive on price and condition as you are competing with new homes in that area. Your median price is $439,855. Your days on market in Buckeye, let's see, have come down a bit. We were at 105 earlier this year, and now we are, let's see, we're dipped down a bit to 86. That's probably when rates dipped down a little bit earlier this month, and we were closer to 6%. And now we're sitting at 91 days, where we're seeing 59% of the homes that are listed for sale are seeing a price reduction. And you can see that number has increased. And the rent is also increasing slightly in that area at $2,095. Earlier this year, the median rent was $1,978. So we are seeing a slight increase in rental activity in that area. Okay, let's look. Yes, let's look at Scottsdale. And there are various price points in Scottsdale also, right? So we have a slight seller's edge in the city of Scottsdale, where the median list price sits at $1.547 million. Price per square foot is at $510,000. The average days on market, there are 104 days on market, and we're seeing a 52% of the homes in Scottsdale did receive a price reduction. Now we are seeing more homes available for rent, longer term rentals as folks with short-term rentals aren't seeing the activity as they once did. We didn't have any major events this year. We didn't have the Super Bowl and things of that nature to be a huge draw. So we are seeing a higher number of long-term rentals on the market. And so we have seen the median rent kind of drop off a bit. So yeah, it was not much. We're sitting at 4,500, and now we're at 4,450. And so yeah, this is just looking at long-term rentals. Let's see. What other areas? Oh, okay. 85258. That would be Scottsdale Ranch, McCormick Ranch area. Right? Again, slight seller's edge, a little better. Well-established neighborhood there. Your median list price is under the median list price for the city of Scottsdale, sitting at $1.395 million. Price per square foot, $527. Again, these are houses in the Scottsdale Ranch, McCormick Ranch area. And though they too have seen price decreases, right? 57% of the homes listed for sale have received a price decrease, with the median rent sitting at $5,000. Well, let's check out some other areas of the west side. Let's see. I know we did Buckeye, we did Phoenix, we did Scottsdale. Just wanted to give you a brief snapshot. Please understand that real estate is hyper local. Okay, so I may show you the city of Phoenix, but Arcadia is valued differently than Moon Valley, that is valued differently than Anthem, right? So if you are interested in where the values are in your neighborhood, feel free to contact me directly. I will provide a free market analysis for you to give you an idea of where your property is now. And then, you can do with it what you will. If you want to discuss it further, we can chat for, 10, 15 minutes and chat a little bit about the options that exist in today's market. And you make your decision from there on what you would like to do. Again, no cost, no obligation. But let me put that in the chat for you, so you have an idea of how to get in contact with me. Great. Let's do that. Yes. Thank you all. Wonderful. Now, let's see what other areas. Glendale. Glendale, Arizona. There's certainly plenty of activity happening there. That area has a slight seller's edge and is under the median list price of Phoenix. So we're sitting at $499,995, where your price per square foot is $260. 53% of all the active listings for sale have seen a price reduction, and we are seeing the median rent sit at $2,250. Now let's look also a little bit of the outskirts. So some folks are deciding to take the drive a little further out, Greater Phoenix. There are other areas, of course, right? So let's see what is happening in Pinal County. You see the pricing is considerably less there. And again, you do have a mix of resale and new home. The median list price there sits under $400,000, which many people find desirable, especially for those who are retiring. The roads are expanding. There's more amenities expanding out this way, and you don't have all the hustle and bustle of Phoenix and near the airport and the freeways and things of the like. So here, the median price in Casa Grande is $359,990. The days on market is also coming down a bit. So they are seeing more activity in that area, sitting at about 89 days on market. Price per square foot, $202,000. right? And we looked at Scottsdale at 527. So, and then we are seeing price decreases here where 47% of all the active listings have received a price decrease. The rent is less, but it is climbing at $19.13 a month is where we're seeing that rent sit at. Let's see, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything across any of the different channels here. Sure I'm addressing any questions that you may have or any areas that you would like me to check. Let's see, let's look at the 55 plus communities. We have Sun City. See how they are faring. Again, a slight seller's edge. The median list price, $345,000. Price per square foot, $215, with the average days on market coming down a bit at 89 days. And we are going to see things change, as the temperatures continue to rise. It is the end of April. We all know what happens in the coming months as we see those triple digits. And we're a bustling city now. We're the 5th largest city. So real estate transactions happen all year round. But I will say that the spring market tends to be the busiest market. This year could be a little different, however, as we're seeing some different challenges arise with tariffs, interest rates, and the like. And there's talk of interest rates decreasing later on in the years. And as we see how everything with tariffs unfold, not to get political, but these are things that are happening in our economy right now that we need to be aware of. So we're not fearful of a recession by any means, as we know that recessions in the past have actually spurred real estate activity, and that money, whether it be money from investors, in United States investors, out of country investors, tends to move towards real estate as a more solid investment. And if you have any questions about the Arizona real estate market along those lines, I'm more than happy to address them as well. But as of tonight, again, I know that your time is valuable, so we're going to call it a wrap. And whether you're thinking of buying, you're thinking of selling, or just curious about your home value, let's talk. The market, it may be shifting, but that doesn't mean that there isn't opportunity, and the opportunity is everywhere if you have the right strategy. If you want a custom home equity review, then you're thinking about downsizing, you're thinking about upgrading even. Maybe the space that you're living right now isn't adequate. You just want to know where your city ranks on the map, where your neighborhood ranks. Book a call with me. It doesn't cost anything. And I would love to walk you through your options. Make sure that I leave that in the chat here for you tonight. Otherwise, I thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. You could have been anywhere. It's a beautiful day outside, a beautiful night. You could have been anywhere and you chose to spend a few moments with me. So I thank you for that. I'll drop my link here for you. And feel free to reach out. Make sure you have my contact information. That's me. Yes. There you have it. Well, I wish you the best, and I look forward to our chat. Ta-ta for now.